Hi there folks, Toad Hancock's here with Visordown.com, and we are at the launch of Zero's latest and long awaited new bike, which is the SRF. And this is going to be kind of taken over from the old SR range of bikes, and it will sit at the top of Zero's range. So what have we got? We've got a much bigger motor over the previous bikes that Zero have released. I mean, you only have to look at the size of the motor that's kind of squished in there. That it's much wider, it's much fatter, and it's a lot chunkier than the old vehicles. And Zero are claiming that gives the bike not only better power, better torque, and a better rideability, but it also gives it a much better range as well, because the motor doesn't have to quite work as hard. So the rest of the bike's got a completely new frame, which I'm a big fan of personally. I think this is really reminiscent of the old Ducati Street Fighter in the trellis frame and the way that the tank sort of moves around the front of the bike. And to be fair, this is probably one of the better looking electric bikes that I've seen, and I've seen a lot and I've ridden a lot. I've ridden all of Zero's range. I was at the launch of all the electric bikes at EICMA and all the new electric bikes that we saw at Motorcycle Live, you know, just before Christmas. And this to me is the most motorcycle looking electric bike. A lot of electric bikes either try hard or they miss the mark a little bit, and I think this is bang on the money. It's got a front end that looks a bit like a Ducati Diavol. It's got the back end which looks a little bit like an MV Agusta. You can't go wrong with that. That's good design and it's good features, and I think it works really, really well. Everyone, and I know you're doing it right now, you're going to be saying, well, what's the range and what's the recharge time? Well, Zero are claiming that this bike can do 198 miles on a charge. That is if you include an extra charge tank in here, which is going to cost you a little bit of money. And they're also claiming that if you upgrade your charging at home to the quick charge packs that you can purchase separately, you can get the bike to 80% in an hour. I mean, they're good figures. They're not petrol combustion engine figures, but they're good figures. And to me, they are pushing the boundary. They're pushing the envelope of what an electric motorcycle can do. The pricing for these, they start at just under £18,000, which is for the base model, and if you want to spec it up with all the other bits and bobs like the fast charge tank and also a charger unit at home to recharge the bike a little bit quicker, you're going to be looking at just under £20,000. 200 kilometers an hour is the top speed, so around about 125 miles an hour. It's going to get to 60 in about 3 seconds because it's an electric bike and they're really, really quick. We've got 226 kilograms of weight, so it's heavy, and everyone's going to say, yeah, but it's an electric bike. They carry a lot of batteries, and you know, if you want that electrical power, you want that range, you're going to have to carry the batteries for it. Summing it up, I think we've got one of the best looking bikes in the electric bike market at the minute, at a fairly affordable price, given that the new Harley's just been released with a £30,000 price tag. And yeah, I can't wait to ride the thing when it gets released. And there's more news and specs on this bike on Visordown.com.